am Marion Buricatu, a French and American artist. I am also an art teacher at the Hopkinton Center for the Art and a docent at the Worcester Art Museum.
And hi, I'm Domitille, Marion's daughter.
Hello! Today we will be telling you about the biggest war in human history, red versus blue. And do you remember who won the previous battle?
Don't say it! Don't say it!
Well, viewers, I hope you remember that Red, won the first battle. By the way, it's all of Antiquity, which is a very long period of time. I'm the best!
Well, now it's time for our second battle, which is in the late medieval times, and I'm feeling good about this one.
And this battlefield will be fought on the territory of symbolism.
Well, when you put it that way, it really doesn't sound interesting.
Stop protesting, Blue! Did you know that all colors have dual symbolism in the Western world?
What does that mean?
Well, throughout history, each color means something positive and something negative at the same time. For example, in the 12th century, red was a symbol of power, which was extremely positive, but it was also the symbol of lust, which was not very positive.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, and putting it in modern terms, an example would be the color green today, which symbolizes nature, pretty positive, but also money and greed, pretty negative.
Absolutely. And throughout history, the positive and the negative symbolism of colors dominate alternatively. And remember, we're talking about the Western world.
Right. And why are we talking about this again?
Oh yes, I forgot we were on the battlefield.
Not me.
Symbolism is important because red has the strongest negative and positive symbolism throughout history, even now.
Okay, well, if you have a strong negative symbolism, it doesn't look like you're winning.
Except that the positive symbolism of red was a lot stronger than the negative symbolism of red. Let me explain. First, remember that in the 12th century, everything was related to Christianity. And the positive symbolism of red was about the blood of Christ. And that was extremely positive. It's hard to understand how powerful that was.
Okay, that's pretty interesting, but let's get on with it. I want to hear about your negative symbolism.
Okay, so the negative symbolism of red is very simple. We're talking about blood, we're still talking about blood, but instead of being associated with the blood of Christ, it's now associated with killing and murder.
Well, murder is pretty serious, so your chances are not looking good.
Yes, but the association of red to murder was not as strong as the association of red to the blood of Christ. And by the way, we haven't even talked about the association of red to fire, to love, to kings, to royalty, as you can see in this picture.
Well, this is all very interesting, but I don't understand how this relates to normal people. Last video, you talked about how you won because accessible red is. Why is symbolism important now?
Because if the symbolism of a color is very positive, everyone wants to wear that color, that red. Example here is the Pope Pius III. Up until the 16th century, the popes dressed completely in red.
Well, he's in white now, so it looks like you lost that battle. Anyways, let's talk about blue now. I'm going to tell you about my climb to power.
When did that happen?
Excellent question. It's all thanks to clergymen, who were also the scientists at the time.
What do you mean?
Well, in the 12th century, two big things happened. First, there was technological innovation, which led to a more beautiful blue. And second, this big debate starts. People start asking themselves, are colors good or are colors bad? And on both sides of the debate, there were the chromophiles and the chromophobes.
Okay, so if I understand, the chromophile are the people who like color.
Yes.
And the chromophobes are the people who don't like color.
Yes.
But based on what? I mean, there's no concept of colors. So how can you say that someone like or dislike a color?
Very good question again. Well, I'm not sure I can answer it, but I can tell you this. Chromophiles believed color is light, light is God, and color is divine. And since blue was increasingly seen as the color of light, that meant that blue was divine! Anyways, also, the Virgin Mary in the 12th century was increasingly painted in blue, as we can see in this image at the Worcester Art Museum.
That is an undisputable mathematical equation.
I'm glad you understand.
So what about the chromophobes?
Well, so the chromophobes believed color is matter, matter is human, so color is sinful. They believed that the church should stay away from color because it pollutes your spiritual connection with God. Both sides had a point.
I don't see how I'm losing the battle here. I still have the strongest symbolism.
But how can you compete with the light of God? Okay, by the way, since blue was getting so popular, there was a major economic boom in blue dyes. And most Gothic cathedrals built at that time were being funded by the blue textile industry. So there, I win.
No. We have a tie.
No.
Yes, because my positive symbolism still dominates and you are still the new kid.
Fine, but I still get a point.
Okay, and I get a point.
Okay.
So we are at 2 for me and 1 for you.
Okay, well, let's do a summary of the victories that we each had.
Okay, so first victory, mine, on the battlefield of symbolism, red wins because it's overwhelmingly positive.
And number 2, on the battlefield of theology, blue starts to win.
So you are now an art expert, and the next video is just for you because we have some fun trivia questions about symbolism and theology. Yay!
Goodbye!
Bye!